Hello YouTube, it's Chris and I'm back in the Bolt again today. And hey, you know me, I've had this car now for 8 months, and you know that I scour the internet, look at all the YouTube videos that are made on the Chevrolet Bolt and try to take in all the information. And you know what I've noticed as an owner is that anyone who is not a fan of the Bolt, there's basically three things that have come up that everybody likes to talk about with the Bolt. Things that aren't so great with the Bolt. And what I want to do today is just go through them. Of course, there's a bunch of things. These I think are real. There's a bunch that I think are opinion or maybe your preference with the type of car you like. But these ones actually are real. So the number one thing with the Bolt that people don't like is the plastic interior. Okay, so I know that this car, it has a heavy battery under the floor of the car, and Chevrolet says that to keep the weight of the car down, they've used aluminum body panels where they could, and they've also used lightweight plastic interior. That's probably not 100% true. They probably just used lightweight plastic materials to keep the cost of the car down. This is a $52,000 car in Canada. This is the premier level trim, and I'll shoot some video here of what the interior looks like. But the plastics are very brittle, and if you touch them at all, you can scratch them, and that's the big concern. I'm constantly putting on protective coating to try to maintain the panels as best as I can, but they are a very lightweight plastic and prone to scratching. So that is a real concern, and something you have to watch for. Now, the areas where you actually touch the car, the armrest, the steering wheel, and the center console, in this car are leather covered, at least the console and the steering wheel. Steering wheel is heated and feels really nice. I'm talking about the rest of the plastics on the doors and you know, areas like on the dashboard and that you would touch. A couple places where the lightweight plastics are an issue, if you put a metal coffee cup of some sort against this plastic, it's going to scratch the hell out of here. So that's why I actually put these in all the time. In case somebody does that, they'll put it in here and help save the plastic. I think this could be easily fixed by Chevrolet by just putting in some sort of rubber insert in here. And also, if you try to put your keys or anything in here, it's going to rattle all around and make all kinds of noise. So you can't actually put anything in any of these storage bins, like the doors. You can't put anything in the storage bin on the door because it's going to mark the hell out of that panel. Okay, so that's something to be aware of. Anything that's sharp or metal or anything is going to really cause damage. One cool feature that is on the, I'll see if I can get it there. It's got a wallet pocket, and it works great. Now, you would never put your cell phone in that pocket because you would scratch your cell phone. Anything that is prone to scratching, you would not use. The wallet works perfect. It's perfect size, and it's soft material. But I never put anything in that center console well, because it would scratch it. Unless it's like my wife maybe puts her purse there or something. The next thing about the Chevrolet Bolt that people complain about are the seats. And you know what? It's true. The seats are narrow. And specifically getting in and out of the car, there's a big plastic strut that holds the seat together. And you'll basically feel that every time you get in and out of the car. And that's a real thing. I think you learn to get over it as you have the car, and you kind of, you know, don't just slide over into the seat like you might. You kind of drop into the seat. And the car is very easy to get into. It's got a very wide door opening and a very low sill that you can step over. So it's not a huge big deal, but that is a real thing, that the seats are very shaped and have this big plastic strut. So if you're considering a Chevy Bolt, I'd go sit in one if you can. If there's one in your area, go sit in it and just make sure that that doesn't drive you crazy. It doesn't drive me crazy, but I do notice it. The third thing that I've noticed from internet, YouTube videos, that people don't like about the Chevrolet Bolt, this is the number one. If I was creative enough to put a drum roll in, this would be the number one thing that people that I've noticed don't like about the Bolt, is that it's made by Chevrolet. People, and it seems like mostly Americans, don't like Chevrolet, or a lot of people don't like Chevrolet, and they kind of throw a whole bunch of things in about the EV1 project. There's a bailout in the US of Chevrolet a few years back, where a bunch of money. So again, I was never a Chevrolet customer before I had the Bolt. This is the only Chevrolet I've ever owned, and it's the only thing that got me into their showroom, to be honest. So I don't have that background of Chevrolet like a lot of you might. If this car had a different logo on the front, maybe a Tesla logo, I'm just saying, it would get a lot more love than with the Chevrolet logo. So this car is actually really well built. And again, this video is all about the three things that people talk about that are true. And I'll do another video about all the great things about this car. But this is a video about the three things. So if I could sum it up, after 8 months of ownership, those are three real things. One is that it's got a cheap plastic interior. It's not as nice as a lot of the other electric offerings they have in this price range. The second thing is the seats are narrow and a bit uncomfortable for some people, and it's made by Chevrolet. That can't change. You're going to see that Chevrolet logo on your wheel every time you get in the car, and if you can't get over that, it's probably not the car for you. Other than that, I'm going to do another video about all the great things about the car. I've had it for 8 months, and it's been a great car so far. Thanks. I hope that helps, and have a great day.